Hey, how's it going, art nerds, and welcome back to the colossal car crash that is my channel. As you may or may not know, my name is DD Mark, and yes, that's right, my name is in fact the name of this channel. How groundbreaking. And in today's video, I want to talk about something that weighs heavy on my mind. So as you probably read by my either cryptic, clickbaity, or some might say rude video title, no, this is not a tutorial or a video where I draw something or whatever. This is in fact another DD Mark Talks video. Now, I personally don't know if you guys like these videos where I take a subject or topic or experience that I recently had or is on my mind and talk about it, as opposed to me just doing a regular art tutorial or drawing video. But regardless of whether or not you guys like them, I'm gonna do them anyways because as I've stated, although I'm still an art channel, and even more specifically a manga/comic art channel, not only do I want to expand my possible audience by talking about more broader art topics, art dilemmas, or simply speaking about aspects of the artist's experience that are never talked about, but as I've said before, I think it's important for me to document and process points in my art journey through these videos so as to act as a guide or a I too have gone through this type of thing for other artists who might be experiencing the same thing. I hope that makes sense. Plus, besides, I like to set myself apart from the literal thousands of other art channels here on YouTube because, to be honest, any tutorial or how to draw I make wouldn't be that different from the hundreds of other videos that are already here on the platform already. Besides, those other tutorial videos are so much better than if I made my own versions. But that being said, I'm not just gonna be a philosophical deep topics art tuber. I still plan on making tutorials and how-to videos and fun art videos like drawing cartoon characters as anime and drawing like so-and-so artist and videos like that. From now on, I'm just gonna work on videos that I feel like and I find fun. I mean, I might as well, right? Since I make pennies from being DD Mark anyways. But yeah, apologies for that long ass intro. I felt I really had to say that. But anyways, the title of the video will probably be something along the lines of your favorite artist is trash, or take your heroes off that pedestal, or maybe even both. Now, what does that mean for us artists, and why did I choose such a topic? Well, I'll tell you. Take your heroes off the pedestal. My choice for the topic of this video comes from my own personal experience on something that I recently had a learning moment / epiphany about. And it's one that I feel is very, very important to talk about, as I think it's important for all artists to hear this. So, as you may or may not know, depending on if you're new to me and new to DD Mark videos, by the way, if you are, welcome. I hope you like it here. We like to have fun here. But yeah, if you know me, you know I love the artist Yusuke Murata. Matter of fact, my last video at the time of me making this was about Yusuke Murata. So if you need proof or a measure of how much I love and respect that guy as an artist and why he's my personal favorite artist of all time, go watch that video. But yeah, moving on, if you know me, you also know that one of my goals as an artist is essentially to become Yusuke Murata. I essentially want to be just like the man and draw just like him. So I, much like many of you watching, have put my heroes on this pedestal, and there's two reasons why that's a bad thing. And I'll talk about these two things briefly one by one because I want this to be a relatively short video. But the negative thing that comes when we as artists put our heroes or favorite artists on pedestals are, first of all, it affects our mindset, whether it be consciously or unconsciously. And second of all, it prevents us from becoming and reaching our greatest and truest potentials as artists. Starting off with the first point, that essentially when we say I want to be like so and so, and we keep reminding ourselves that this person is the peak level of skill, in our minds what we're doing is, as I said, we're putting them on a pedestal, and at some point in our minds they start to transcend being human. They almost become godlike. And as you can imagine, you yourself know you're a human. I mean, you've lived your life and you control your body. But my point is, when you put these people on such a high pedestal, eventually you'll get discouraged, you'll hit a wall, and you'll have dug yourself in a terrible mental health hole where you feel, how can I, a regular human, ever reach this level, this skill level of this art god? Or B, you eventually get to your hero's skill level or follower count or whatever, and even worse, you feel this hollow, empty feeling inside as you'll realize the view from the top of the mountain is not as great as you'd imagined, and now you're stuck with this nagging thought of what now? I hope what I said makes sense. So what I want you art nerds to take away from this video is, like me and what I did with Yusuke Murata, if you've set getting to this person or artist skill level or even their follower count or influence or whatever as a goal, try to change that. Because you either put them so high on a pedestal that you get into a terrible place mental health wise because you feel you can never get to such a high level, or you do get to that level, but because you imagine this as the ceiling, as the epitome of success, but when you're there, you face this harsh reality that you don't feel accomplished and you don't feel successful. Personally, for me, it was the latter. And it wasn't specifically with my goal of becoming like Yusuke Murata, but instead, it's from all the many goals I had set and surpassed to get to the point that I'm at now. Back when I first started, I said, man, if I reached 1,000 followers on Instagram, I'd finally be a success. And then when I got to that 1,000, I didn't feel like one. I didn't feel like anything. I then switched the goal from reaching 1,000 to 5,000. And when I got there, same thing. And the same thing for 10,000 and 20,000. Then I switched to YouTube, 5,000 subscribers, 10,000 subscribers. And I switched it to getting published. And the point is, it didn't matter. As for the second negative that comes from putting your heroes, our favorite artists, and I guess even a number as a goal is the most important thing you should take away from this video. And it's when you get so obsessive about becoming just like that person or just getting to a number goal, you actually limit yourself from becoming the best version of yourself as an artist. So for me, yes, I had a lot of shallow followers and number goals, but like I said, I had the goal of essentially becoming Yusuke Murata, and I'll tell you why that's bad. I obsessed so much about becoming like Murata and drawing the way he did and doing things the way he does, I was so quick to dismiss the possibility of exploring something else. For example, I personally love sketchier and rougher line art, and in my eyes, it made my work look better. But because Yusuke Murata didn't do it and instead he uses clean line art, I forced myself to do clean line art. You see what I mean? I was so obsessed about becoming the best, like becoming Yusuke Murata, I completely shut out and ignored the most important thing. Becoming the best DD Mark. So art nerds, sorry if this video is not as cheerful as my other ones and whatnot, but I like to talk about my shortcomings and failures and realizations and growth from said failures and realizations so you guys can possibly learn from them. I'm happy to be an example so that others don't need to go through what I went through. So my final words, don't stress about numbers or followers or views or becoming like someone else you look up to, because in reality, that doesn't really mean anything. So take those arbitrary goals off that pedestal and don't focus on trying to be like this artist or the next this or the next that. Instead, focus all your energy on becoming the best you. If you ask me, I think that's the best goal anyone can set for themselves, art related or not. Thank you for watching this hopefully decent video, and yeah, in case you didn't catch it, I, DD Mark, although still want to get to Yusuke Murata's skill level one day, I'm no longer trying to be him. I'm trying to be the best me, the best DD Mark, and yeah, that's what you call character development. But yeah, shout out to my lovely patrons for supporting the channel and literally putting food on my table, because I probably work like 14 hours a day, and the only reason I make the little I do is solely from my patrons. So yeah, God bless you beautiful bastards. And lastly, make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it. Make sure to hit the subscribe button because that helps me out a lot. And don't forget to leave a comment because I read all and respond to most comments. Till next time, art nerds, peace and love, baby.